Hey, what's up you guys, After Reaction. Today I'm going to be reacting to some more Stargate SG-1. This is season 6, episode 10. Yeah, so let's go over the comments from last week's episodes. I really enjoyed this episode. It was meant to be a form of a meta episode. I thought it was fun. They were paying homage to an episode of Star Trek Next Generation that followed a bunch of Nobody crew members as they try to rescue the ship. The name of that episode is Lower Deck and it inspired a spin-off series. Oh, okay. That's why there are so many Star Trek references. The one guy says we might as well be wearing red shirts. Hanging on the wall in the throne room is a Klingon something. Batleth, I don't know. The scientist with glasses is called Trekkie by the other scientists. He talks about worshipping the at the altar of Roddenberry, played a regular member of the crew on Star Trek Enterprise, which was filmed at the same time as this episode. So I guess you could say he was really a Trekkie. No, there you go. I always like these kinds of episodes. Give the main cast a lighter week of work, kinda like the Zeppo on Buffy. Getting to see more of what would be a lesser storyline and only giving glimpses of what the usual main players are up to. This one had the main cast still pretty busy though compared to the other episode of the same nature. Look, I understand that, like, you know, it's a bit of a, like, fan favorite episode. I just didn't like it because it's like these random people that are not qualified at all save the day somehow. I don't like that. Just give me a second though. That was wrong button. Sorry about that. Yeah, no, I just really don't like the fact that they were, like, completely unqualified at all. And they just managed to save the day. And it's like, I guess it's like one of those underdog stories, which can be good, but these guys were just kind of annoying. I don't know. It's like, look, when you think about it, imagine, like, you know, all of these arguments today about Mary Sue characters. I mean, this would be the equivalent of that, but male, right? Kind of? Because these people, they're unqualified and they save the day? No. They, like, completely don't follow the rules. And no, I just didn't like them, sorry. But that's, like, I think that's okay, like, to not like an episode that, you know, people might really, really like. Isn't it? I don't know. I'm not even sure if any of the events ever happened at all, but were the daydreams of a bored and over-imaginative techie. So I read this comment last week, and that didn't even occur to me or cross my mind, but it totally makes sense. Oh my god, like, it would make so much sense if it was literally all just in the guy's head, the whole episode. We did some investigating though. Unfortunately, that's not the case. The writer of the episode or the creator of the episode or something said in an interview that, like, he's aware that people have, like, kind of gathered that or kind of explained that or whatever. But that was never the intent. So, canonically, the only daydream was the end scene. But fan explanation, whatever, is that, you know, it was all in his head. I like to believe that it was all in his head. Yeah, this was obviously a filler episode, and nothing affecting the greater story is happening. Maybe the only thing you could say affected the greater storyline is that we got another example of the Toker being ineffective. I also got quite a bit of secondhand embarrassment from the antics of the other guys. Yeah, me too. But I did find it enjoyable enough as a comedic episode, just certainly not a favorite. Fair enough. This is what is commonly called a Lower Decks episode, named after the Star Trek Next Generation episode of the same name, where the main characters go into the background and some random nameless background characters, usually ones we've never seen before, suddenly come into focus for a single episode. Not entirely sure what I think of them, but honestly, they can bring some interesting new perspective. This one just tries to be funny and doesn't really show anything new. I agree. I'm going to drink every time Shannon is annoyed with something. Should be properly knackered by the show's end. Well, I don't know. Was I really that annoyed during the episode? I don't remember. It's funny that you say that. I already do that with other things she does in episodes. ASR slogan, getting guys drunk. I mean, if that's how you want to enjoy yourself, by all means. O'Neill's line about ending his sentence in a proposition was ad-libbed by Richard Dean Anderson, whose parents were teachers, so he is something of a grammar nerd. Amanda Tapping said in an interview that she couldn't stop laughing after he said it. Technically, I don't think that they teased any important information. Maybe it's just me, but I thought the episode never happened. When at the end they went back to the to Felger and Coombs in the lab, and Felger was shown that he had been dreaming the episode. Everything he kept saying during the episode showed that it was his dream, meaning the SG team, them going on a mission. He got to play hero and rescue them. On the way out, he says the only thing missing was being chased by some Jafar. Then on cue, it happens. To be fair, TV shows do that all the time, but yeah, I do agree with you. They get awarded medals, and Carter kisses Felger. As it fades to showing it was all him dreaming, he is working in his lab with Coombs. I mean, I just explained this though, where I think that works. Unfortunately, it's incorrect and not true. They tease that we might learn about how and where Anubis is getting his technology, which is the reason he has become so powerful. I mean, to be fair, like, they could have just said that in any episode. They didn't learn anything about it, though. That's, by teasing information, they mean actually giving us something. We weren't given any new information. I always find it strange when you outnumber your opponent and then decide to split up. Yeah, stupid. Yeah, I'm glad you didn't get spoiled about Daniel's guest appearance. I went a bit extra in keeping you safe. Not only was I deleting any comment who tried, I also slightly altered 606 and blurred out his name. You're welcome, which I didn't even notice, so that worked great. You just scared the shit out of me, Fruits. You took scissors to your own hair and tried to cut a strand of your hair of your fringe. For a moment, I feared you'd cut too much off, and let's be real here, you're a klutz. That could have been a real possibility. Yeah, I mean, I low-key want to do it again because I got strands of hair that are not participating today. Like, what the hell is this shit? Where is this supposed to go? Is it supposed to go here? Because that's too long. That is way too long. Right, now I gotta put it back where it was. I don't know. Hair is weird. Maybe I just gotta, like, not have a fringe anymore. Maybe that's what I need out of life. But I feel uncomfortable about my forehead now. Like, because I've had a fringe for so long, you know? I don't know. I think I need a fringe. Funny thing you mentioned calling the new show Stargate The Next Generation, making a pun on Star Trek. In the first scene of 609, we see a Goa'uld sitting on a throne. There's a bunch of swords behind him, one of which is a Klingon thingy. Klingons being a warrior race on none other than Star Trek. Looks like the director of the episode went for a funny gag. Yeah, kind of weird. That was purely coincidental that I was talking about Star Trek and then Star Trek stuff happened in the episode. I don't know, man. Really weird. Also, on the subject of Star Trek, one of the scientists 609, the guy with the goofy look and the glasses and longish hair, he's played by John Billingsley. I don't know. You might have seen him as a minor character on other shows that you watch, but to me, I know him as none other than Dr. Phlox, the Doctor on Star Trek Enterprise. Well, there you go. Yeah, no, that wasn't Sylar. Sylar doesn't leave the base. Also, Sylar wears... Yeah, look, I know. I realized this. Wears glasses and needs to bring a large wrench everywhere he goes. Plus, constantly gets hit by electric charges and whatnot. He'd be an absolute hazard to have working off-world. 6 seasons in and you still don't know. Shame on you for it. Well, I mean... Whatever. My bad. Sorry. Sorry. Dude, if I was trying to sneak around a Goa'uld ship or base undetected with someone who couldn't shut the fuck up, I'd shoot them. Has this dude ever heard of stealth before? I mean, they shouldn't be there in the first place, but that's besides the point. I'd used a duck gun, get rid of the evidence, and blame it on the enemy. What? I'd never claimed to be a good guy. I mean, to be fair, he was really annoying. I suppose Khonshu's Jafar didn't shoot the guy who shot him because they just saw their god got shot. I can imagine that'd be kind of a shock if you'd see your all-powerful god getting flawed like that. I don't know, just, it was weird. Okay, the joke he just made. You changed Khonshu into Katsu. I mean, I smiled, but it needs work for it. It's hilarious. True, why would they not dual wield the duck guns? Just make sure you don't aim at your own team and just fire away. The enemy would be super dead. Exactly. Like, they're always just going like this. What are they doing with their left hand? Technically, Felger and Coombs didn't save the day. They fucked up and SG-1 saved their asses. And they didn't get rewarded at all. Instead, they got shoved into a dark room to work on some research. The Jafar dude knew about Khonshu being Tok'ra because he was working for Anubis, and as far as the Tok'ra are concerned, the only one I consider a good one is Jacob. The rest are a bunch of douche nozzles. Yeah, they're so bad. I mean, come on, you're asking what the Tok'ra have done lately? Nothing. I can't think of anything worth mentioning. And they've been around for much longer than the Tauri. It's so funny. They're always like talking about how they've been in this fight for longer. But what have you done? You've done nothing. We've taken out a fuck ton of Goa'uld and they haven't done shit. One more thing about 608. It's been stated in the comments that this could have all been in Felger's head. According to Joseph Malozzi, only the award ceremony was in Felger's head. It wasn't until later that fans online speculated that the entire episode was made up in his imagination. Yeah. This, meh? Where am I getting the word this from? What is wrong with me? See, this is, oh, there is a this there, okay. See, this is what I mean. Tok'ra dude is like, you guys wouldn't be here without us either. Dude, you guys haven't accomplished anything worth mentioning. You're out playing spy while the Tauri and the Free Jafar do all the work. Yeah, I know. Whatever. Sam and Jolinar were different. Jolinar shared his mind with Sam, which resulted in a successful blending. Kanan didn't share much with O'Neill, since O'Neill wanted nothing to do with the whole blending thing, which is why O'Neill got over his experience without much emotion. This unsuccessful blending is also why we don't have O'Neill sensing Goa'uld and stuff like that. What was the point then? I mean, I guess it saved his life, but first kind of... What's the point? I don't know. Kind of weird to be announcing what your plan is out in the open when you know there's a guy out there that can turn invisible. What if the dude is standing right next to them?
TV show's got a TV show.
So... What if the Asherak took the GDO garage door? So what if the Asherak took the garage door opener? I very much fucking doubt that the code to the SGC is pre-programmed into the GDO. I mean, I keep all of my passwords and private information in my head. I don't have that shit written down somewhere. It's not, I don't know, like, maybe they're just implying that there's just a button that you press and it, like, opens. I don't know, man. Kind of, flaw in the system, if that's the case, but, dude, I don't know why I keep coughing. I'm still sick, apparently. I'd expect the military to do the same. Writing this episode was just like, yeah. Get into it.
They are sending their most respected team of representatives. No doubt the leader of this group will be a brilliant and savvy negotiator. We must be at our best to match the challenge. Personally, I cannot wait to meet a man of such genius.
Is it weird that I kept thinking that, like, the legends would come through or something? Or they were talking about great and savvy, respectable, like... I know the legends is not a thing. I'm just, like, I was expecting some, I don't know,
Nice.
people come through.
Thank you, Colonel.
As a joke.
We would be happy to take you on a full tour of our city, but first we would like to spend a little time talking about our mutual interests.
We intend to allow you full access to our citizens, our history, our culture, so that you may come to trust us.
I hope we can reciprocate.
We also want to make it clear that we intend to offer all that we can in trade for any knowledge or technology that you are willing to share.
Qu'est-ce que c'est?
We call it Tritonin, Colonel. It is our greatest scientific discovery.
How so?
From what you have told me about your world, your people suffer from a myriad of illnesses. Many of them are untreatable. Tritonin makes our immune systems impervious to any ailment. We live in perfect health.
Yes, but are you able to reproduce? Because we've dealt with people like this before. We weren't able to reproduce.
What is it you hope to achieve here, Jonas Quinn?
So something bad's gonna happen in this episode, because as if we were gonna get access to this thing.
Earthlings. Sort of.
I am Zena Volk, supervisor of the Temple Research Project.
Because we
It is
never
a
get
pleasure
access to
meet
actual
the
good stuff.
explorers from the planet Earth.
Well, we're not originally from there.
However, we have dedicated ourselves to the cause of the Tara. Earth,
Am I at least correct in assuming you are Jaffa?
indeed.
Although we fully admit Tritonin is not without side effects, we assure you the good it can do
What
far
are the side
outweighs any
effects?
negative aspects.
What kind of side effects are we talking about exactly?
Depends on the individual. Most people experience almost no reaction to it. Those who do merely require more regulated doses.
We'll need a decent amount for testing.
On Earth, of course.
Oh, yes, certainly.
Of course, we will need something in return from you, as a measure of good faith.
We've been authorized to give you these 10 addresses and a rudimentary lesson in gate technology. These are all peaceful worlds, safe from hostile forces, rich with historical relics and natural resources.
Well, this is a very generous offer, Major. However, based on our own studies of the writings in the temple, we have compiled a list of the names of the worlds that we would like to visit.
Do you recognize any of these?
I recognize these 3, sir. They're classified off limits. Goa'uld homeworlds.
Yeah, fellas, you really don't want to go here. It's not exactly a walk in the park, you know what I mean?
We know the Goa'uld are a hostile race that once ruled this planet centuries ago.
All right, you're new to this, so I'll cut you a break.
Those are the worlds we wish to explore.
Okay,
We
well,
believe
do you
that
mind?
they are significant to our history.
Look, guys, we're not lying to you about this. You don't want to go there first time out, trust me.
If you have been to these worlds and survived, can we not?
No.
All I'm trying to say to you is, it would be stupid
We are aware of the risks and believe the rewards are worth the potential consequences, as you and your people obviously do, Colonel.
You guys are stupid.
We've been attempting to decipher this section of the wall for many months.
It is written in a rare dialect of ancient Goa'uld, an account of the warlord Shakran.
He was a system lord who was eventually defeated by Apophis about 300 years ago.
Indeed. Until his defeat, it appears Pangar served as Shakran's homeworld.
And what of the Goa'uld Apophis, the one who conquered Shakran?
He's super dead.
He was killed in battle not long ago.
Teal'c and I'll be more than happy to help you out with the translations. I've got at least a dozen ancient ciphers I can try.
Please, I do not wish to be overheard by the Pangar security contingent. There is something you need to know about the Tritonin. Please come with me, and I will finish showing you the rest of the ruins.
Is she gonna get killed before?
Jonas,
Dr. Paul,
please call me Zena.
how's it coming?
It's slow and painstaking. Any help you're willing to give me.
Certainly, I brought those ciphers I was telling you about. Looks like we're alone.
What do you suppose this means?
You said that there was something we needed to know about the Tritonin.
I'm sorry, you must have misunderstood.
No, I think you were pretty clear. No one's coming. Teal'c's up there standing guard. You can talk to me.
I don't have anything to say.
Hey, Zena, if you know something...
No, I don't.
What did Xenovolk have to say?
Nothing. Someone must have got to her. I got something. She's on Tritonin herself. It looks like she has regular appointments to get injections.
Continue.
I was thinking we go and check out the place to get their shots. I found a map of the city. I'm pretty sure I can get us there. Let's do it.
Why is everything so blue? What the hell? What? Why? It's so weird.
Looks like this is where they actually make the drug as well as administer it.
This way.
What is it?
I am not sure.
Something tells me this isn't the rec room.
No, it is not.
Something living in there.
Goa'uld symbiotes.
Are you sure?
Yes. And there are a great many.
What are they doing?
Who's there? Identify yourselves!
Oh.
Stop!
Uh-oh. What kind of bar breaks that easily? One or both of them have been taken over by Goa'uld now.
He's got one in him.
Stand aside.
Lower your weapon!
This man is a Goa'uld.
Something's not right. These guys completely out of it.
Lower your weapon now!
Would you care to tell us what you were doing at the Tritonin facility? You want to tell us why you have a pool full of Goa'uld symbiotes?
You have betrayed our openness with you.
Openness. You're raising Goa'ulds. When were you going to tell us that?
The symbiotes are a critical component to making Tritonin.
Excuse me?
It is a complicated process, one which is better explained by our scientists. Quite frankly, we intended to tell you how the Tritonin was made. Eventually, we just wanted to first assess how you might react.
Not well.
I don't know why you're taking such offense. You've told us yourselves. The Goa'uld are mortal enemies who have enslaved countless humans. Where is the harm in using them to enhance our quality of life?
Do you really understand the risks involved?
We have been using the same method to produce Tritonin for nearly 30 years. We take every precaution possible to protect our people.
How were these symbiotes procured?
Yeah, for people who haven't mastered gate travel, you sure got a lot of them.
Now, through here is the reason we were able to create Tritonin in the first place. The symbiotes were not procured through gate travel. Our symbiotes are all bred here in captivity.
Oh, it's like a queen, some shit.
A queen. No kid.
Is there nothing you can do to help them?
What's his
Yes.
condition?
The Tok'ra can
His lower
remove the
brain
symbiote.
functions seem to be intact. His breathing and heart rate are normal, but he is completely unresponsive to any stimulus.
It doesn't make sense.
Prior to the process of incubating Goa'uld symbiotes using Jaffa, the blending between Goa'uld and host had only a 1 in 2 chance of success. Jaffa were created for the very reason of improving the ability of the symbiote to take human hosts.
So the fact that this symbiote was raised in a tank could explain the coma-like state.
To the best of my knowledge, a failed blending results in death to both Goa'uld and host. This man is very much alive.
I mean, the failed blending happened kind
Our
of with the
understanding
mule, though,
is that
right?
this is a typical reaction to contact with Goa'uld offspring.
A Goa'uld offspring is born with the intellect and knowledge of the queen who bore it. Normally, the fully developed personality would emerge, allowing the symbiote to control the host immediately upon blending.
Glowing eyes, cliche behavior, evilness, that kind of thing.
This one's more of a blank slate.
Is it possible that the production and raising process has somehow hindered the development of the symbiote?
This I do not know.
Colonel, I recommend we contact the Tok'ra. They may have a deeper understanding into this man's condition, and in the very least, they might be able to take the symbiote out of him.
I'm sorry. Who are the Tok'ra?
Basically, they're an offshoot of the Goa'uld who oppose them philosophically in every way.
You propose to bring these Goa'uld here.
They're very different. They coexist with their hosts in a much truer symbiotic relationship.
They are, in fact, allies.
And they can help.
We'll see.
You know, Teal'c and I tracked down the Tritonin facility.
Yes, I heard.
Well, I did it by going through your stuff when you weren't here.
I know.
Well, you know it was wrong, or...
I know what you did. I saw you.
Really? Because I thought that we were...
Not so good.
But you didn't try and stop us.
No, I wanted you to know. In some ways, I'm glad you did what you did. In others, I'm disappointed you were so willing to betray me.
No, I never would have done this had you not come to me first.
I should have told you outright. I was afraid. Tritonin is not available to everyone in Pangar yet. Taking it is a privilege. One that can be revoked.
I hope I didn't get you in trouble.
No, but our relationship, our people's relationship, if we ever are to trust each other, we're not off to a very good start.
Does it bother you at all that they use Goa'ulds like this?
No. The Goa'uld have done no worse than this to humans for centuries. That the Pangarans can use them for a beneficial result is surprising, but not morally objectionable to me, if that's what you mean.
I believe her condition is the reason her offspring are not mentally developed. Most unfortunate.
Is this like a situation of like, I don't know, like a 50-year-old woman giving birth? And it having a like high possibility of like disability.
I'm sorry, Colonel. The Pangarans totally sugarcoated the whole side effect aspect of the drug.
Well, that's a shock, isn't it?
While Tritonin does appear to cure most diseases, it ultimately creates far bigger problems than it solves.
How so?
The drug acts like a symbiote in many ways. Upon entering the user's bloodstream, it immediately takes over, completely suppressing the normal human immune system. The result is a powerful resistance to disease.
But
the healing effect is not permanent, and the user's own immune system remains suppressed. Basically, you have to keep taking the drug for it to work.
considering how it's made, we'd never create enough to sustain our population.
I don't know how the Pangarans can make enough for their population.
They don't. Only about 20% are on it, and they seem to be running into a wall as far as production's concerned.
They sucked the queen dry, Doc.
According to the Tok'ra, she's dying.
As far as I know, there's no way to reverse the drug's effects. If their queen is dying, as you say, it's just a matter of time before anyone currently living off Tritonin will be facing death as well.
O'Neill out.
It's important to you. More so than just curiosity about your history.
Gosh, Jonas is really smitten, isn't he?
As you now know, the Tritonin may not be available to us for much longer. And when we run out, those of us taking it are going to die.
Well, not if we can help you find some kind of antidote.
Do you think that's possible?
Anything's possible.
If we could find a new queen.
Long term.
I know it's not the answer, but it could buy us a little more time until another option is available. This has been my life's work. My father's life's work.
Your father?
My father was the one who found the jar that contained the queen. He was attempting to remove a section of the temple ruins for further study when he literally stumbled into the chamber. Of course, he had no way of knowing that his discovery would eventually doom so many people.
Teal, didn't you say this temple was built by Shak Ra?
It was.
And why does this section of the fresco mention Ra?
Who's Ra?
Ra was a powerful system lord, brother of Apophis. He too is dead.
Well, according to this, Ra used to live here.
It is possible that Shakran captured this world from Ra in battle.
And built this entire temple on top of whatever Ra had here before. It goes on to say something about this being some kind of prison or tomb of one of Ra's enemies. Wait a minute. Here lies Egeria, betrayer of the Goa'uld. May she suffer for all eternity. Dr. Jackson's notes mention her. Isn't she supposed to have been killed?
Indeed she was. But this would seem to indicate otherwise.
That means...
The queen the Pangerans are breeding is not Goa'uld. She is the origin of the Tok'ra.
What?
This could be a problem.
The writings in the chamber are extremely clear.
From what we can piece together, Ra used this planet as his base of operations in this sector of the galaxy.
Centuries later, a rival Goa'uld named Shakran captured this world in battle, forcing Ra to abandon it.
Question is, do we tell Malik and Kelma?
How can we not tell them?
If we remain silent, the Pangerans will continue to use Egeria as a source for their drug until she is dead.
And if we don't find a way to get them off the drug, they're gonna die eventually anyway.
We have to tell them.
Please understand, we had no idea who she was until now.
It is hard to believe.
Many of our historians speculated that Ra did not kill Egeria, as was widely believed, but we never dared hope that she would ever be found.
She must be freed immediately, of course. Every moment that she is kept in this condition is an affront to the Tok'ra.
We're going to talk to the Pangerans now. It would help if you had something to offer.
Like, say, an antidote?
Unfortunately, finding an antidote to the Tritonin may be more problematic than we at first hoped.
And why is that?
There is something unusual about the genetic structure of the symbiotes, beyond their lack of knowledge.
In fact, the Tritonin should be working far better than it does, and we're not sure why it doesn't.
We cannot seem to identify the defective gene that is causing its effects to break down.
But we can say you'll solve this eventually, right?
At this moment, all I can say is it is mystery.
What, you're suddenly stumped?
I understand the implication, Colonel. This revelation about Egeria is in no way affecting our analysis of the Tritonin. As of right now, we cannot help the Pangerans.
I'm sorry, but you asked the impossible.
She is our queen. Her freedom is not open for negotiation.
We deeply regret who she is, but freeing her would mean death for many of our people.
Unless, of course, you can offer an alternative.
Malik and Kelma are having trouble locating a particular element in the symbiote's genetic structure. Obviously, until they do, the chances of synthesizing an antidote are slim.
Then we have no choice.
You do not understand. Her existence is a miracle to the Tok'ra. We are also a dying race. You may lose thousands. Our kind will become extinct.
You gonna take her anyways?
I am sympathetic to the Tok'ra, but what you are asking of us would amount to a holocaust.
She is a sentient being. Using her in this manner is an insult to our very existence.
You didn't think that before.
Someone has breached security in the manufacturing unit. What has she done?
Is that...
Kelma has given her life for our queen. Her host belongs to Egeria now.
Oh?
I bet the Pangerans would give up the queen if the Tok'ra would hand over the antidote.
You think they know how to save the Pangerans and are withholding a cure?
To get what they wanted? Yeah, sure.
Sir, with all due respect, I disagree.
Carter, they're pissed off.
Wouldn't you be? They just discovered that the founder of their race has been abused for the sake of medical experimentation for over 50 years.
Oh, come on, Carter, face it. For all their high morals and fancy preaching about coexisting with humans, we are just a nice place to live.
I don't think that they would just lie outright and doom thousands of innocent people.
The Tok'ra laying on that table in there just did.
Egeria has awakened.
Rise, Merlin. You are not my servant. Kelma was generous in giving her life to free me, but I'm afraid it is too late.
Save your strength, my queen. Your people need you now more than ever.
Kelma's assessment of my condition was correct, Malik. My time is almost done. I shall not live long enough to see more of my children. My host has shared her knowledge of the Tok'ra with me. You are beyond my greatest hopes and dreams.
These are the Tari who ally themselves with the Tok'ra.
Come forward. My host tells me you seek to help the Pangerans despite what they have done to me.
This has all been a terrible mistake, but not a malicious act.
No, it was mine, Major Carter.
You know, back on my home planet, my people discovered a substance that had an incredible potential to generate energy. After years of research, its serious lack of moral fortitude,
They
they
made bombs.
used it to make a bomb. Oh, that being the reason I left. But the point is, your people had good intentions.
We thought we had found the cure for all disease, and how it may kill so many of us. I am not afraid to die, but I am afraid that my people will not have learned from this.
I think they already have.
I passed on the flawed gene that gave the drug its weakness. You were unable to construct an antidote because of the manner in which I sabotaged my young. I did it in the hope that they would ultimately prove useless to the Pangerans. I wanted to force them to abandon their research once the drug proved untenable. Instead, they continued to make it in ever-increasing quantities.
And now they can't live without it.
It is not what I intended.
Their fate is their own doing, not yours. You merely tried to free yourself the only way you could.
They do not deserve this end, not when it can be prevented.
You created the flaw. You can create the antidote that will save them.
I will tell you what you need to know.
Thank you. On behalf of our people, please forgive us for what we have done to you. Had we known,
The salvation of the Pangerans shall be my final act. Such is the spirit of Tukra that I wish to live on.
Malik says he should have a prototype of the antidote ready soon.
We are grateful for his efforts, Major, and yours.
It is our hope we will be able to repair any mistrust that may have developed between us so that we can pursue a long-lasting friendship between our people far into the future.
Well said.
Hey, what's up you guys? Quick interruption here. As you are no doubt aware, these past few years have been tough on all of us. And there are some things that none of us can hide from. The cost of living, for instance, food and things like electricity, gas, and water have all gone up, and they continue to go up. Now, I don't really like to advertise this, but in order to afford keeping the lights on, the camera running, and to be able to provide you guys with new content like this very edit, for example, I feel I need to let you guys know about how you can help support the channel and myself. I have a Patreon that if you pledge to, you're helping support the channel, and in return, you can get a vast amount of content that you wouldn't regularly get on YouTube, such as full unedited reactions to my regular content, a ton of other shows and movies that you probably don't even know that I've reacted to. A link to this can be found in the description below, and it really does help the channel by keeping me and my very cute cats alive. Think of the cats. If you're interested, you can also check out our website, which is also linked below. Perhaps there's some shows and movies there that you didn't even know that I reacted to, but you always wanted to see. Please know, pledging is entirely your own choice, of course. You're welcome to stay here on YouTube and wait for the edits to come out. No worries. I'm not going anywhere. More edits are coming. I understand not everyone is in the position to support creators, but any help is welcome. Anyways, thank you for your continued support, whether it's through YouTube or on Patreon. You guys are the best. Now please, enjoy the rest of the video. Alrighty, well that was Season 6, Episode 10 of Stargate. We met the Tok'ra Queen. That was interesting. Of course this miracle drug isn't something that we take away from the episode, because that would just be... I mean, it was obvious that we wouldn't get it in the end. I'm just saying. This happens all the time. They're like, here's this brand new piece of technology. Here's this thing that can help. And then there's something wrong with it. It's become increasingly more frustrating, I think, as time's gone on. I don't know. You guys can let me know what you guys thought about it. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one.